So why should we not be upset about the concept like hypergamy? Hypergamy is basically where someone is going to date or marry someone at the same level of social status, financial status, or a higher level of financial or social status. And women are famous for doing this because they tend to be hypergamous. They date across or up the social ladder, and men date across or down. And why is this? I mean, I used to be right there with you. They're just gold diggers. They don't care about you. They just want money. They just want this. They just want that. Well, if you think about what are women looking for when it comes to their genes being propagated and survival, what do they want? They want their baby to be safe. They need security. They need that safety side of things. And if they get the opportunity to be with someone that's going to guarantee safety for a longer period of time, more wealth, more social status, more ability to stay safe because they have a bigger network of people and friends, that's going to guarantee their baby stays alive, especially when they're not going to be very mobile for about 9 months, maybe longer than that, because they're going to have to tend to the baby. So these things are genetically hardwired from thousands of years of not having things like cars and technology and houses and warmth. They really needed that security and that safety because they're built for two, not just for one. Now, that still applies today with someone that doesn't even want kids. That's still hardwired into their genes. So I used to be there with you where I used to get upset and look at women as gold diggers because they might be with someone, they may be dating someone at a certain level of social status and financial status, and they meet someone, they get the opportunity to date someone of a higher status, and they take that opportunity and they leave the other guy behind. It's like, you didn't even love this guy, you spent this time with them, and I used to get upset. But when you really peel back and you go, okay, well, what's hardwired in their genes to guarantee a level of safety? They're always looking to level up. I used to say this all the time when I was, out in my dating world, where, women would be with oh, she has a boyfriend. And I'm like, I don't care. They're always looking to level up. It just is at the right opportune moment, right? And even then, it doesn't even necessarily take the opportune moment. If that woman gets the opportunity to date someone like a celebrity or gets to date someone that has, millions and billions of dollars, they're going to take that opportunity almost if they don't even want to. It's almost going to be a compulsion for them to do. So as guys, we look at that and we go, slut, whore, gold digger. She just, she didn't really care about that person. I think that their caring about is more related to themselves and the baby than it can be at times to the other person. Now, of course, they are going to want a bond with someone that they care about and that they get along with, and that's just natural. I'm not saying that they're doing this at the women. They're not putting themselves in these situations most often, and if they are, those things probably would apply. Like I was saying, if they're dating someone and they're out looking to date someone else all the time and they're trying to take opportunities and they're behind their back, that's a different stage. What I'm talking about is when certain things end up happening, when they are out with friends and they happen to just come across someone and then they take that opportunity. I'm saying you can't get mad at them because it's hardwired in their genes. Now, you can be mad at them all you want. I'm not saying that you can't be mad. I'm just saying it's not productive. You have to understand that this is just how they play the game of dating and sex. And it's a good strategy. I mean, think about it. You're someone that's going to be immobile, basically immobile and very, very, very vulnerable for 1 to, let's just say 4 years. Okay. Let's just say 5 years, pregnancy up into 4 years. Let's just say they're immobile for 5 years. You're going to want to have someone that can take care of you. In this day and age, that's finances, okay? That's social status. That's family. This is why women are attracted to all these things. Does he have a good relationship with his family? Does he have a good social circle? Does he make a lot of money? Because those things are going to guarantee that that woman can be safe. She can breathe and relax for that time when she's rearing a child. Whether she wants kids or not, that's how she's operating. She might not be doing it consciously. I would say she's not doing it consciously. Some of them are, but a lot of them are doing this subconsciously. So if they're dating someone who has a very low social status, they're in love, they like this person, but they get the opportunity to date someone that is way out of that stratosphere of their partner, they are probably going to be it's going to be a fight for them not to take that opportunity because they're not thinking like we think. Guys do the opposite. We date across and down because we don't have that same sort of onus on security. We want reproductive value. This is why I remember hearing about like Matt Damon's wife is just some lady who like worked at Starbucks or something like that. It's like, we don't care what your social status is. We care about reproductive value. If you're attractive, if you match with us in regard to what we want as a sexual partner for reproductive of our genes, then we're good. So there doesn't need to be this other, thing associated with it in regard to finances and social status. We don't care if you have, a relationship with your family or not. We'll take you and we'll bring you on. So there's a difference in the way that we look at our sexual partners and our intimate partners and the way that we look at social status and stuff like that because of our hardwired genes. Guys, we just want to propagate our genes into as many places as we can, and that's what gets us into trouble, okay? We are married to someone who is very, very attractive, but yet we're like Arnold Schwarzenegger and we're screwing the maid who's not very attractive, and it's like those stupid things get us into trouble, whereas women, their trouble comes from when they get into an opportunity or they have the opportunity to be with someone with a higher level of status and that person says, hey, you want to hook up? They're almost like, I have to. I know it sounds crazy, but if you think about it from that level of survival, it would be, especially if you think about if they don't have many of those opportunities, it's a good decision for them to do, to have a kid with someone like that, to get their genes in them so that they can be bonded with that person. That's what having sex is. So although you might look at them, oh, that's just a slut, she wasn't thinking at all. She wasn't thinking of being a slut. Her genes were like, you better take this opportunity because he checks all the boxes. And it's frustrating for us as guys, especially guys that don't make a lot of money, because we're sitting there going, well, why aren't those opportunities coming to me? Well, it's because you don't check all the boxes, right? And so it's not fair, but it's just how it is. And if you think about it from a female standpoint, it's a good strategy. Who's successful? They just look at who's at the top. Guys compete, all right, for social status. We compete for finances. We're, crushing each other's businesses, doing all this other stuff. And women just go, oh, who's at the top? Okay, I'll take that, right? It happens naturally because they see what's going on. So as a guy, what do? You got to make yourself better. You got to rise up the chain. And it sucks, especially because it might take you a long time. But even if you don't have all the money initially, this is another thing that's attractive to women, is if you have the goals of getting there. If she can see in you that, yeah, maybe you don't have a lot of money right now, maybe you don't have a lot of social status right now, but your goals are associated with that and you're taking the actionable steps. Yeah, maybe you don't have the job today, but you're grinding your ass off. Women look at that and go, well, this guy is going to have that one day if he doesn't give up. And if I can support him in his journey, we're going to rise up together. So you don't necessarily need to have it today. But if you're not working on that, if you're just looking for people to give you what you want, oh, because life is unfair and these guys get all the girls that's very unattractive to women. This whole men going their own way, movement we're missing the point. Yeah, you can blame women for all this stuff that you want, but at the end of the day, it's us. We're the ones, guys, I know this is a lot of responsibility, but we're the ones to lead the women to the direction that we want them. So if guys are the ones that are buying the porn and buying the OnlyFans and doing these types of behaviors, going on Tinder and just sleeping with women just to have sex, women are going to fall in line with whatever we're giving them. And so when only a few level of guys who are, getting all the women because most of the other guys are just, sleeping around and not giving a shit, that's what's going to lead to these unbalanced sex relationships. And you're going to start seeing, I think, one guy with multiple women because they're going to be like, the guys have given up, all right? Or they think that we're all sluts, which is true, they're not leading. They're not saying, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is and I'm going to say no, all right, to these quick sex opportunities. I'm going to work on myself, like we're talking about, and I'm going to build myself up. And then the women are going to, again, choose me, not because I'm choosing them, but because they want someone at the top. And if there's few and far between of people at the top, that's the sex relationship is going to get flipped really weird. I think it's like that right now, and this is why a lot of men are upset. But it's on us, okay? And so at the end of the day, right, you can't get too upset at women because it's hardwired in their genes. But if we want to change that relationship, that dynamic, we have to step up to the plate and we have to take it on the chin, say, look, you're not everything that you could be. Aim for higher, work, and do those things that will get you up that ladder. And again, even if you don't have all of the money in the world, you can still attract a mate if you're doing the habits and behavior patterns that are going to attract someone that can see potential in you. That's one of those words, oh, he's got potential. If you're using it, if you're not, if you're saying one thing but doing another thing, then you're not going to be able to be attractive to women, right? Even if you are physically attractive, it's not enough for women. You see this because there's guys out there who aren't very attractive, but they have social status that get a lot of women. So when it comes to our society, we both have a lot to work on. You can blame things on women, but I would say look inward, look at yourself first. Now what are we going to do? Don't get upset. Just start working on yourself, working your way up, and understanding that that's just how their genetics are wired. Don't get upset, all right? I know it's tough. I know it sucks. I know there's a lot of craziness going out there with women, all right, and what they demand out of men. Look, we made this, all right? We made this. We made it so that their level of looking at success is super high. That's how it goes, okay? That's how it goes. We got to step up to the plate. It's not going to be for everybody, right? But even if you don't have all the money in the world, but you're aiming for more, all right? You're always aiming for more. See, this is one of our perfect examples is even if you're at the top, it doesn't stop. Even if you're someone who's got millions of dollars, look at all the athletes that are with someone, the girls that are with athletes who are like the star athlete, and then the star athlete gets injured, or the star athlete isn't as good, and the girl leaves. It happens all the time. Now you might say those girls are gold diggers, and there's a lot of professional ones in the sports arena, but that happens even at the top. You always have to be moving upward the trajectory. That's our burden. Our burden from the Bible is that we have to toil, we have to work, we have to sweat, we have to do these things to build. We're builders. Women are the ones who have childbirth. And if they see he's not on the upward trajectory, he hit his apex and he's on his way down, they're getting out, all right? It's just like when the Mongols or Genghis Khan used to come in and it's like, oh shit, all right, a new king's in town, all right? What do you want me to do? Women would just say, hey, well, what do you want me to do, right? Versus they're not going to stand and fight for their man, right? Because that's a bad strategy. You're going to end up dead. Your genes are going to end up dead. Your kids are going to end up dead. No. I'll give you a kid. I'll stay bonded with you. I know it sucks. I know it's not fair, but that's just how it works. So once I realized that, I had a lot more sympathy for women. I said, okay, it's not that big of a deal. I have to, again, understand where I'm at, and I have to understand where they're at, okay? And that's how it goes. So don't take it personal. It's just how they're wired. Work on yourself. Have goals, always be looking to level up, right? Be happy with who you are. Hey, you're who you are. You have to accept yourself, but you're always looking for a little bit more. What more can I give to the world? What's more of my potential? That's attractive to women. And so that's what's going to get you up that ladder. So that's it for today. Don't get mad at women. You can do it all you want, but I would say take it easy.